Will Masters is here along with Karen Welch,
Hello.
PBS,
Yes.
Panhandle PBS.
Yes.
And Will, you are with a nonprofit, Ogallala.
Ogallala Life.
Thank you. I really am glad you're here. I want to start with Karen, and then I have lots of questions for you. But Karen, tell me, there's a new series. I've been waiting. I love the things that y'all do over at Panhandle PBS.
Thank you.
I'm very partial to Karen. I think you're so talented.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I've been waiting for something. You've been working on this for a year.
We have. This one is a documentary series, 4 episodes called The Rain We Keep. It will air beginning on Thursday night this week.
Okay.
And start at 7 o'clock with 2 episodes back to back. Then the following Thursdays. It is a documentary about our dwindling Ogallala aquifer, which a lot of people may not know is the primary water source for our region.
Yeah.
It spans 174,000 square miles. It's under 8 states, including ours.
Whoa.
And agriculture is the biggest drawdown of that. It uses 90%, but there are things that even local, individuals can do to save water.
How in this journey did you come across Will?
Because I was looking for people who were trying to change the landscape and change the narrative. The narrative has been, it's agriculture, we're draining it far faster than we can refill it, the nature can refill it. So it's been a kind of a negative, it's just inevitable that it's going to run dry.
Sure.
But some people are doing things about it. We've got people on the show who are restoring playa lakes, which are a major source of recharge to the aquifer if they're in their natural state. And then Will and what Ogallala Life is doing is also trying to recharge the aquifer.
Will, it's real. The Ogallala is real. The way that things in the last, I'm just going to say in the last 20 years, farming in our area, I mean, people really, I used to think people in agriculture really understood about the Ogallala, but I think that we got to get more people understanding. And is that kind of what your job is to do that?
Yes, I'm glad Karen mentioned narrative, because I think that's like it's all about the story. And the story for, I think, most of my life has been, we're depleting the aquifer, it's inevitable, there's nothing we can do about it. And our work has really been to try to change that story to one of empowerment and hope for healthy, wealthy communities in this region in 30 years and 50 years further down the road.
Yeah.
They're building dams, natural dams, that allow the water, when it rains, instead of running off the landscape, to slow and stay and sink into the landscape.
Oh.
And they're doing it at Wildcat Bluff. They've done it at a ranch north of Amarillo. And it's about trying to find even the little ways that we all can do things.
How in the world did we know there was an Ogallala? I mean, I'm taking it way, way back, probably before. I mean, how did we even know? I mean, that across 8 states?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's not a lake. It's really just rocks and sand, and the water is, some things are boulders, some pieces are little bitty, and it's the water between all of those things.
Gotcha.
But agriculture, due to agriculture, we're taking out 6 times more a year than nature can refill it. But farmers are changing practices.
Good.
We also have them in the show talking about they're burying their irrigation, so it's underwater and going more to the root instead of evaporating as they spray it. They're changing practices. There's also organizations that are working to pay farmers to keep their water in the ground and not use it and go to non-irrigated agriculture.
Gotcha.
so that the water will be there. And some of these things, like what Will's doing and what the Playa Lakes are doing, is is having hyper-local results. There's a farmer we've got in there who has restored his playas and returned some native grasses. And by doing that, he's seeing his well levels rise.
Oh, whoa.
So,
hey, that's amazing.
It's awesome.
Tell me a little bit more, Ogallala Life, if people want more information and know what y'all are doing, how can we do that? And are y'all, I've noticed there's been some meetings and people speaking and doing some good education.
So to learn more about Ogallala Life, go to our website, www.ogallala.life.
Okay.
There's another group called Ogallala Commons, and we are friends with them. They do awesome work. And when you talk about some of the conferences and education, I think that you were talking about their work. And they've been around, like we are a young organization. They've been around for decades, and they really made our work possible.
Good.
They do awesome.
Good.
And
Well,
the water districts as well. We have water
Absolutely.
districts that part of their mission is to, besides to plan the management of the aquifer, their mission is also to educate people.
Sure.
And so they put on conferences and do things all the time.
Will, keep up the good work. I cannot wait to see everything that you say and talk about in this series. And I think that your work is important. I know this. I've talked to a lot of farmers over many years. It's important to farmers.
It is.
They don't want to deplete.
That's right.
Have you found that also?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
it hasn't been a choice. It's almost a requirement. If you want to keep the farm, if you want to keep going, then you don't have any choice but to pump. Yeah. And if you don't pump, then your neighbor's going to pump. And so it's a literal race to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we talk about that a lot with the farmers.
Oh, good.
So
Karen,
in the series.
We've been waiting for something from Karen Welch, and I say that because I really have enjoyed so many of your interviews and shows and
Thank you.
documentaries and podcasts, and I mean you're killing it. So
Well,
please
thank you.
keep going. And Will, it is very nice to meet you, and I'm excited to know about Ogallala Life.
Ditto.
I know, that is hard to say.
It is hard to say.
I do want to say if people can't watch on linear TV, they can find the show on the PBS app. They can also find the show on our website or on our YouTube channel.
Oh, good.
So
Yay.
it's available. Please watch.
Yay. Thanks so much, Will.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming.
And the work you do is very important
Oh,
also.
well, you're
So
nice.
thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to see y'all. Come back. Get back here. Love you more. Y'all better get back here, please.